Hope you all had a wonderful Tuesday, everyone. It's Meteorologist Joe Martucci here. Let's take a look at our Martucci's minutes as we go forward into the next couple of days. We have the dry, bright weather continuing this week, but that coastal flooding remains as well. That sunny day coastal flooding will continue as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then early next week, you've been talking about it. What are we going to see with this possible coastal storm? I'll try to answer some of your questions as we get a little bit later here. For tonight, we see temperatures sliding through the 30s into the 20s. It's a clear sky, just a few clouds towards daybreak. Your bus stop forecast looking like this. Temperatures rising from the upper 20s at 7 a.m. to the mid 30s at 9 a.m. Jacket, hat, scarf, the typical kind of early February stuff will do here as you go out the door on your Wednesday morning. Now, temperatures on Wednesday will peak in the mid 40s. That's seasonable. But notice that 60 as we get towards Saturday. Spring will be in the air for at least one day this weekend. Sunday's not all that bad either here with our temperatures. And you can see that slide back down as we go into early next week. And over at the shore, kind of same story. Temperatures peak on Saturday here. A little bit colder, of course, with that ocean water in the low to mid 40s. And then as we go into our Tuesday, temperatures back to seasonable. Now, we take a look at the coastal flooding forecast. We have more days of this to come, at least Wednesday to Friday, if not Saturday and into early next week. It's this sunny day flooding that we're having now, thanks to the new moon and the northeast winds that we have through Wednesday, and then southerly winds Thursday and Friday. Luckily, this is the kind of flooding that happens a couple dozen times a year without any property damage. Still, if you're driving through that flooded water, make sure you turn around. You don't want to corrode your car. Here's a look at the areas to flood in the Wildwoods here. West Wildwood, good amount of flooding. We know that. Other places in the island itself, not that widespread when it comes to the flooding. Now, we take a look at our upper level air patterns, get an idea of what we can expect for next week. And you see those colder colors coming in, especially on the 13th into the 14th here. It's not a direct shot for New Jersey, but it's enough to bring us down to seasonable, bring us down to the potential of, hey, if there's a storm, there could be some snow to talk about. And there does look to be a storm all around. It's way too early to say if this is even going to hit us or not. In fact, we look at our first storm scenario, and it stays to our south. You see a lot of these blues coming into our area. There would be cold air around. Sometimes you might hear us as too cold to snow. Really what this means is it's too dry to snow. The colder the air, the drier the air, and it kind of pushes that storm to our south. So, yeah, as we go into Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, we're talking about temperatures below average and cold-hearted for Valentine's Day, but should be dry. Now, this is our second scenario. Storm comes up the coast a little bit more. It's pretty much rain for us, though. We get that classic I-95 rain-snow line, where for us, it's mainly plain rain. Sure, it could snow for a little bit, but you would remember it pretty much as a wet and windy storm for us here. Again, plenty of time to go through the details, but those are my thoughts right now. You see the inland 7-day forecast. I am leaning towards there being some precipitation here. I just don't think that cold air fully gets into the area until after that storm passes. So we'll go with wet weather for Monday and Tuesday, but that's still subject to change. Between now and then, enjoy the dry weather that we have, and especially Saturday. I know it's not going to be the brightest day, but hey, still 60 degrees, and if you're itching for that spring fever, well, you'll have it, at least for one day, as you go into Saturday. You check out more from us in our lead weather team with our Across the Sky podcast. We just dropped a new episode about our time at the American Meteorological Society Weather Conference in Baltimore, Maryland.